Hello, everybody. So I'm here with
Avi.
So Avi, you played the last show. Where was it?
At Starland Ballroom.
Okay, cool. So how many songs did you play?
I don't even remember. I think it was like 17, 16.
Six? That's a lot. So
Maybe.
have you ever played that many songs before?
No, never.
So were you nervous or like excited?
A little bit of both.
A little bit of both?
Yeah.
So everyone always says that when you're on your way to the show, you're so nervous, but you're prepared. And then you get so nervous, like, oh my God, what if I forget? And then you have that feeling when you go on stage. Did you have that feeling where you were so nervous, but then as soon as you went on stage, you just were super excited and...
Yeah, that happened.
Yeah, the adrenaline?
Yeah.
So Avi is my student, and working on songs with him, I had to show him, like, one time, and he got it. So, yeah, how long have you been playing bass?
I think it's been about, like, almost a year or two now.
Almost a year? Yeah, and he's playing really, really hard songs. What's, like, the hardest song you know how to play?
That's a hard one. Maybe, like, probably Runaway, the one we practiced.
Oh, yeah, the one that we're working on right now. Yeah, so, but for the concert, what do you think the hardest one was? Welcome to the Jungle?
Yeah, definitely. Welcome to the Jungle.
So, he played Welcome to the Jungle, and 1 week, I think it took. Not 7 days, like, one lesson that he got. And he practices. How much time do you practice at home?
So-and-so.
So-and-so? But you still practice?
Yeah.
That's good. So, what did, like, everyone else, did you have, like, family and friends that were at the Starland Ballroom?
Yeah, all my aunts and uncles, they came from Colorado, and like almost my grandparents came all the way from across the country just to see me.
Really?
Yeah.
Where?
They live in Nepal.
That's awesome. So, what did they think of the show?
They thought it was amazing.
Did they?
Yeah.
I thought it was amazing. Especially that's really good that they came down because you were on every song but like one or two. That's really, really cool. So, did you practice like a lot before?
Yeah.
So what was like going through your head, like before the show?
I was like panicking.
You were panicking?
I was like really scared that I was gonna mess up, but like once I finally got on there, it was fine and it was really fun.
I don't think you messed up at all. I was really listening because bass is my favorite instrument, and I had 100% faith in you. I was like, Avi got this. I just knew that you had it. So did you feel like a complete like rock star? You're like, okay.
Yeah.
So, the pictures we got are so cool. Did you see them?
No, not yet.
I gotta show you guys. Very cool. You're moving a lot on stage. It was awesome. Okay, so was this the first time you played a show like this?
Like that many songs?
Just like in general.
What do you mean by that?
So
like,
you did play a lot of songs this last show, but did you feel the same way you did for the last show?
Not really.
How many songs did you play the last show?
Like 2.
2, and now it was 16.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well that's pretty good. So do you have any advice for anyone that is nervous to start taking lessons, not even shows, lessons?
Lessons? I think that they should just go for it and try it out. If they don't like it, then don't. But, like, lessons are amazing and they're really fun.
What's your favorite part of the lessons?
Probably learning things.
Learning things?
Yeah.
You learn something new every week?
Mm-hmm.
And then what would be some advice that you would have about if you took lessons and you've been taking them for a while, but you're so nervous to do the show?
I think you should just go for it because it's like a great experience and it's such a fun time for everyone.
Yeah. And Avi was like our buddy during rehearsals because, you know, on break we would all hang out. Me and Mateo. And we would go to Chick-fil-A. We would all eat. And it's like, what was your favorite part of like the rehearsals?
I think it was just hanging out with you guys. It was really fun. Yeah. And I got to stay there all day, so. It's
fun to stay there all day, especially because you're doing music. And yeah, do you do anything else or just music?
I play a sport, but mainly it's music.
Music. And is that like your favorite?
Yeah.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, how much would you rate the Starland Ballroom show?
I think it was a 10. It was amazing.
It was amazing?
Yeah.
Would you want to go there again?
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you so much for coming for this interview. Do you have any questions?
No.
Do you want to ask
That's
any?
my turn, yeah. Now you got me, Avi. Scooch over, DeLuca.
Okay.
Thank you so much. That was a beautiful Miss DeLuca. She is the best. But I wanted to speak to you for a lot of reasons. First is, you're amazing.
All I heard, because my kids Sal and Mateo, they're my boys, and they'll come home, Avi this, Avi, your name was a household name in my house for 8 weeks, and I'm serious about that. So when I first finally saw you and what you did, first, thank you so much. A ton of gratitude, because it takes a lot. Because not only did you get up on stage, you had to learn and play with different drummers, singers, guitar players for every single song. That's a line of professionalism that you don't see. And how old are you?
Turning 13
Wow. When are you turning 13?
this August.
Wow, so you're not even 13 years old yet. That's amazing. Before you went on the stage, do you remember what I said to you?
No.
Yes, you do. You're just embarrassed to say it, I bet. I said, Avi, I'm going to pay you because you're like a session musician. So here I have a check. Named out to you as your Avi check. This is you ever get paid before?
Not really.
Not really. Okay, so just consider this your first check. There you go. There's your $50 for playing as a session player over at the Starland Ballroom. You were just amazing, and I'm so grateful for you because, first of all, bass players are very hard to come by. But a bass player that can sit in the pocket, learn 16 songs, you played in front of 600 people, and you're not even 13 yet. Imagine the confidence that you've exuded when you played on that stage, and Mark was announcing you for every song to a point where the entire audience knew who Avi was. How did that make your parents feel?
I think it made them feel really proud.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't know where they were because there was like a sea of people, but to hear your son being cheered on, I mean, how did that feel?
That was really great,
Yeah, I mean, you played, and the night before, Steven Adler, who was the drummer for Guns N' Roses, they were playing there that night before. You were on the stage 12 hours later doing what they do. So the reason why I wanted to have this conversation with you is because lots of times people think that if you're not a rock star, you haven't made it in music. To be a session player like yourself, I mean, to be able to do what you just did, it takes a lot of talent. You have that ability, especially not even being you're not even a teenager yet. Imagine how much growth that you have. So if you follow this course, you can become an amazing session player and sit in the back and play. When I was growing up, I wasn't a famous rock star. I was a session guitar player. And I actually worked, you ever hear of Jimi Hendrix?
Yeah.
Jimi Hendrix had a studio West 8th Street in Astor Place in Manhattan. And this is what would happen. I would get a phone call, Mike, we need a session guitar player to come in, and they have to play, it's called like a ghost musician. It's sort of like a ghost writer that writes books for people, and then the author takes the credit. Same thing. There would be a band performing. It was Guns N' Roses on the first floor. I'll never forget this. They call me up. I go to Electric Ladyland, and they said, Guns N' Roses are recording on the first floor. We have to go upstairs to Jimi Hendrix's bedroom, and we have to run all the tracks up there. I recorded in his bedroom as a session player. Now, I'm not famous, and I'm not but the point is I was a session player. I was a hired gun. In the middle of the night, that's what I did. You get paid a lot of money for that. It's a great field to be in. You're not in the limelight, but you have both options too. So even if you're not making it in music as a famous musician, you still get that opportunity to play on records, and it's an amazing opportunity, and you get paid for it. And I'll tell you this, if you want a job here, you have a job here as soon as you're ready to start working. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Avi, the greatest bass player we know.